We've got board, we've got directors and shareholders.
Because this is a huge organisation, isn't it?
Yeah, so
how many employees will we have here? Because I mean, sitting in your reception, it felt like I was in the Myers.
In the train station.
It was awesome. Yeah. There was spring in everyone's step. There was people getting out of each other's ways as they were going through doors, and there was a vibe and it was humming.
Yeah, it is.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is good. It is really good, and it's Friday. Yeah, you should say it Monday.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've got an organisation that's now approaching 350, over our 4-office network.
Okay.
So we've got structures in place where the likes of someone like myself and James Tosterman, our key responsibility is to list and sell and be out there as one of the troops every single day. Nothing more.
So you guys are the faces of the company, more or less?
I think by default.
You get great exposure.
We get great exposure. Yeah. James and I will be the first to say no to someone who rings the switchboard and says, hey, I want to sell. I don't touch those.
You flip that to
that goes out to the team, the general team here. It's always the toughest business to win. But we're about making sure that everyone's well covered and shared. But we just get out there. We work on our own databases, independent of the rest of the team. And we're there to create slipstreams. So the more success that we have as individuals and as pods, the greater the benefit for the rest of the team.
So was that beneficial in the organisation increasing in size, creating these pods?
Because it's a 1 + 1 = 3 mentality,
right? Because
you're combining strengths, you're combining leverage. We've got a principle here that you'd never go on listing opportunities on your own. You always pair up. Make sure you go in twos.
Would you take someone with you?
Always.
Really?
Yeah,
so who would you take with you?
Nicole French.
Okay.
Yeah. So and we specialise in a particular market and really focus on that sort of 2.5, 3 million plus market. And then I've got another really great rising star in my team, Brendan Allen, and anything sort of up to 3. Usually Brendan and I will go on together, but that's only within our team. Every pod is different. I've got an EA who basically runs my life, and then we've got advertising coordinator, and also basically almost what we call a team concierge. That's our team of 6. That's our little pod. But everyone has different structures depending on what they do within a team. If they're really option centric or private sales centric, the size of their team and the GCI they're writing. But these sort of pod EBU type systems are very, very effective, because at gone of the day is you're a fully fledged salesperson from the day you start in real estate. There's your desk, there's your phone, good luck. This is all about people, building their skill set, working together as a team, and that on an organisation perspective, that has absolutely dramatically increased the size of the organisation, not because we're building teams for the sake of building teams, we're building success within those teams so that they're organically growing.
Awesome. That is awesome stuff. What would be the next size in your office here? What would be the next pod size? Would it be similar to yours, or would it be what's an example?
The average is probably, if I look through the office, average is probably 4 teams. And it's usually 2 salespeople and 2 admin support. And they might be, those admin support might be full-time or part-time. But that's usually, if you have, I think, if you have 2 salespeople, 1 admin, that 1 admin can be quite overloaded. And I think if you've got 3 salespeople within a pod, that you definitely need 2. So the average would probably be about 4. A balance, like we're 3 salespeople with 3 admin support. It's a nice balance without overloading, even though they're exceptionally busy. That you don't want to burn them out either.
Get it. Yeah, get it. With regards to your training, you look like a fit guy. I'd imagine there's 2 types of training questions I'd like to ask. First one is your physical, probably mental. If you could share some of that, because I know a lot of newer salespeople, even some that are complacent, would perhaps get some benefit from that. And then we can talk about perhaps your physical side, what you do in regards to perhaps a ritual. I'm sure people would love to know and hear from you.
It's a daily thing. Like, it's instilled. I think exercise was important to me before I got into real estate. Coming from a footy background, and then I got into, as everyone did, you get into the bodybuilding type thing, and go in the gym and work on the beach muscles, and then that sort of the discipline and routine of doing so, it forms a part of life, just like brushing your teeth. So for me, it's an everyday thing. It's getting up. Have you ever heard Grant Cardone?
I love Grant Cardone.
The energy that comes out of him. I remember watching one of his daily.
You're a fan?
Big fan.
Yeah.
One of his morning rituals was like, my first victory of the day, I beat the sun up.
It's cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the same with me. I love to beat the sun up. I love to be up and watch the sun rise, but not necessarily sitting there and paying homage to the sun, but I'll be out exercising.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the gym, and we've got a great gym at home, but I do go to a gym for a run or boxing. They're the sort of basically alternate between those three.
Yeah.
And what I've found really therapeutic lately for not only physically but mentally is yoga.
Right.
And it might even just be a 10-minute, 15-minute yoga session.
Yeah.
You get the Yoga Studio app. It's so easy.
Yeah, right.
But you follow it. It's easy. You stretch yourself out. You clear your mind because you're focused and concentrated on that for 10 or 15 minutes. Your mind doesn't drift. It stays on that. It's almost like a form of meditation. And you get this sort of second wind, like you feel great again.
Yeah, right.
And I found that really, and I've been doing that for 8 weeks, but I find that exceptionally beneficial.
So when do you do that?
When?
Mornings?
Nights. Yeah, usually after the kids gone down, I'll just go, jump in the bedroom or in the spare room for 10 minutes, put the app on, and just do it, and just feel unbelievable. As I wake up the next day, I got to a point where I was getting out of bed in the morning, I was like, oh shit, I feel like I've got a fall in front of my age now. And sore and tired. Now, just bullet out of bed. Feel good.
That's awesome. I'm going to download that app. What's it called?
Yoga Studio.
Yoga Studio.
That's cool. Probably 50 or 60 different sessions you can do on there, if it's specific to running or specific to relaxation or whatever it may be.
Very cool.
But when I talk mental and talk physical training, they all form one. Because when I'm training, whether it be in the gym or boxing, I'm single-minded, focused on what I'm doing rather than looking at the phone. I don't never take my phone with me when I train. I might put it on. What I normally do is put on Don't Disturb and put iTunes on or something like that, or music. But that's about it, and that for me is mentally therapeutic as well as physically, exerting myself and getting myself set for the day.
Yeah, get it. So that's happening in the morning before you come to work.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So that's what a lot of successful people do. They have a morning ritual. You obviously have one, and you've embraced that. How about goals? Do you write goals down? Because one thing that I found a lot of successful people do is they walk the talk, and they either have a ritual, and they also are very goals, affirmations, and all that stuff. Are you
a massive believer in that?
Yeah.
Way back when I think probably had my biggest change was just listening to Brian Tracy CDs.
Yeah.
Because I love Brian Tracy as a sales trainer and motivation trainer.
Now you fall asleep. He'd be great for your yoga now.
He would.
Compared to Greg Cardone.
This voice that he's got, just you go into a trance. But
back in the day, he was up there, wasn't he?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's interesting. I downloaded one of his ebooks last night.
Right.
So I still read it. I still keep on top of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the content's awesome.
Unbelievable. It is tried and tested, and it'll be absolutely timeless. Sorry, I forgot the question you asked.
We're talking about goals, written goals.
Oh, goals, yeah. And that's where it started. And I remember the first time I actually sat down and really wrote some goals was on my honeymoon.
Right.
Sitting on the beach in Hamilton Island, riding down, sitting on the beach, and I was still a PA at the time. I thought, this is what I want to do. This is what I so. Become a routine. Every holiday, at the end of the year, I sit there in January, I write the goals for the year, and it's interesting. When I first did it, 9 years ago, the list was this long. Now it's like that. You sort of start to really work out what's important, not to overwhelm yourself. Then those other sort of call it those peripheral goals. They take care of themselves if you get those ones right.
Very good.
So it's an A5 book, your Moleskine book, and it always has to be less than a page. And that's
good tip.
It.
And would you be reflecting on them daily, writing them daily, once a week, once a month?
Probably on a weekly basis.
Got it.
I sort of just remind myself. I often take a photo of it too, on my phone under my photos.
Awesome.
So I can always check in on it as we go along the way. And you know what? And there's nothing wrong with doing this, scraping it off with a pen and writing something different on there as we go. Let them be fluid. Don't be so rigid with your goals.
Good tip. Very good tip. Now, real estate trending.
I'll pause right there.
Yeah. So, Marcus, with regards to social media, how does that impact the agent here at a higher end versus traditional style marketing?
It's here and it's here to stay. And irrespective of the high-end market or the more medium prices of Melbourne, it's trending with a phenomenal upward spike.
Right.
But I still think we have got a generation of new agents coming through that think that that's the only thing they need to do. So I think we've got to be very careful to understand that it is an and strategy, not or in replacement of the basic fundamentals of real estate, which is phone calls and face to face. We see, I remember sitting down with an agent now, probably a year and a half ago, that he spent 3 hours a day on Facebook as a part of his prospecting program.
Right.
And his business has done that.
Okay.
So I think as long as people recognise that it's very powerful, it's good as a branding exercise, but it doesn't build relationships.
Agreed.
What it does, it keeps you front of mind.
Promotes your profiling.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I don't expect the phone to ring from social media.
Yep.
I expect it to give me some exposure to people that aren't necessarily in the market every day or have a general interest in real estate.
Yes.
I know in the US, you could sell a development at the moment.
Yeah.
Off the back of a Facebook campaign or an Instagram post. That's the power that it's getting. But you've always got to remember too, a la someone like Manhattan, you've got a very geographically small area but highly and densely populated. So it's a very small area to actually deal with. Where we are vastly spread out here in Melbourne. So the way it operates is much different. So as we know, your follower to be 25 kilometres or 200 kilometres away.
Very true.
I think a lot on a real estate perspective, if you're looking at following a particular agent, say Manhattan, you're 2 blocks away from them, 3 blocks away. That's the extent of it. So I think, look, it's great. It's very, very powerful on a branding perspective, but as I said, not a relationship building exercise. We had some statistics shown to us here from Marshall White to see the upward spike in growth in the past 12 months of Facebook followers, Instagram followers, unique visitors to our website, and it's mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. And the general, the most popular age group is 25 to 44. That is the age group. So do what's relative to your area. Where we have a lot of people that we deal with every day that are 50 to 70. So we have to do what's relative to them as well. But also can't be absent of not focusing on the younger generation too.
Get it. So it's a part of your future marketing.
Absolutely, and it forms a more important part to particular aspects and areas of our business than all. Get
it. Do you have any input to the models that exist at the moment? You've got a lot of disruptors coming through, a la Purple Bricks, fixed fee agents, and I'm sure there's more to come because there's a burst of them. The franchise model. And also you've now got individual high-performing agents breaking away and running virtually a business out of their bedroom, I like to call it. But they're very good agents. And they have an EBU around them. And they're very aggressive with social media marketing. What are your thoughts on what's trending and this topic?
Really good question. Look, rightly or wrongly, my opinion,
it's only important to you.
It is in many respects. I'm not saying that we're not vulnerable to it here, but we're probably a little bit more insular in our market to the franchise model. Like a lot have tried to start and penetrate over the years, and they're our clientele here are really focused to boutique brands.
Get it.
And I look and I observe and see what's trending out there on a franchise perspective, an individual perspective. I warn the high performer about going out on their own and doing their own thing, because suddenly they go from a high performer to a business owner. So they're wearing several hats. So they're judge, jury, executioner in the entire process. So something's going to suffer. And it's usually the high performance agent. Stick to what you're really good at. You know what I mean? It's like a gun full forward saying, I want to coach the team too. You know what I mean? I'm focused on coaching. I'm focused on playing. I couldn't see them really being a great full forward anymore if they're going to try and do both. They're probably going to be back in a business model under a brand in a short period of time.
Well said. Well said, actually.
I'd warn those high performers to focus on really what you're really good at. Let the people who run businesses as well. I think as real estate agents, we try and adopt a business mentality. So, I can run a business.
Well, they see you do it and it looks easy.
Correct.
Because but internally they don't understand what your process is.
Much different. I don't want to know if the receptionist called in sick today. I'm so protected from all of those elements of the business that I can actually have the blinkers on and focus on doing what I need to do.
Very good.
And look, the franchises, it's interesting that you see the franchises popping up here and there, but it's the individual behind the franchise, irrespective of what shingles out the front of your office or your shop front. it can be ABC Real Estate, it can be one of the bigger brands. It's the people who are behind the door is the most important thing. People hide behind brands or think the brand's going to elevate them.
Yes.
It's BS. It's the person.
Yeah.
And I see, look, we just returned. We had a few weeks up on the Gold Coast, and I can see there's a real trend emerging there for boutiques now.
Yeah, right.
Where, it's always been, franchise city.
Yeah.
It's been your Harcourts, your Ray Whites, your Hookers.
Yes.
And Harcourts.
Yes.
And it's now there's more of these little sort of boutiques where 3 or 4 really good agents are getting together.
Yeah. And having up ABC or XYZ.
Yeah, and that's becoming more popular because they're standing out. They're a little bit of a point of difference.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen individuals do it really well.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well said. I think that the content today has been awesome, and we really do thank you for your time.
No, it's a pleasure.
Hopefully you've got some listing appointments today.
Plenty.
Very good. It's we'd love to catch up with you at some time down the track, Marcus, because this has been incredibly beneficial to not just agents out there but consumers as well. And you've been open and very frank, and we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Good job.
Coming in.
You've been watching Get Real with Andrew Cassimaty. Subscribe below. Feel free to comment. Look forward to seeing you again next week.